All right. Looks like we are live, but I'm not sure if it's going to stay good because it does not look good for now. Maybe it will stabilize later on. Maybe I was a little bit too quick for it to start this live stream. Hey guys, you know what? Allow me to start everything and I will come back in a minute. Yeah, maybe now it's going to work fine. Because I saw there was a little bit of a problem with connection. Okay, let's check the sound now before we continue. Yeah, maybe yeah, now the sound is fine. There is a little bit of a problem, but okay, now it persists. Now it's still there. Why the hell is it happening? The connection is really good. Should not be happening at all. Okay, you know what? Let me check it here on my application. This is going fine. If this is going fine here, then we'll just roll with it. Should not be happening at all. Okay, you know what? Let me check it here. Oh yeah, whatever. Here it looks okay. So let me continue. Maybe this one will stabilize somewhere down the road. So my name is Hightech, of course, and on this live stream, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what do I think about it, and of course, in the meantime, I discuss what high-tech meme coin is and why you might be interested in it. So yeah, Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's proceed. Hopefully, everything will work well enough. So here some of you maybe will see that it's 8 frames per second, which should not happen really, and I don't know why that take place. So that was my concern. But the horizontal one, vertical one, sorry, it seems like the vertical live stream seems like it's doing just fine. It even says excellent connection, so I guess it's not that bad. Maybe it's the let's say Rumble's fault here. Okay, so anyway, proceeding to what we are dealing with in the charts. The title of today's live stream, I mean, of this live stream, because this is the second live stream today. Get out now, with question mark, of course, and many exclamation marks. So yeah, it's unbelievable that Bitcoin dominance spiked up again like this. Why? Because it goes literally against the tides, right? It goes against nature, against the tides, and still manages to climb up. That's something absolutely amazing. I mean, take a look at it. And on the other hand, on the other end, the other chart dipped, which again kinda goes against the odds because here, as you see, this downtrending line is squeezing the price action against this thick zone of support. So because historically speaking, this one here has served us so well. So first guess will be that well, it will have to slip through here and actually go finally higher. And in the meantime, as you see, the market managed to dip it into that zone, which is very impressive. Very impressive on both sides, on Bitcoin dominance and on other chart. Like things are working now against the odds. Funny enough, as well, that this scenario which I was pointing out yesterday on S&P literally played out, right? So I said, because the CryptoX was laughing at that the Clash of Titans, Kramer against Robert Kiyosaki, both guys that are always wrong. And this time, they said they literally had the opposite stance on what's going to happen on Monday. So people were very curious, okay, so what's going to happen? And I said, Kramer said on Monday, market is going to bounce, so probably will open high and then dump. This is what happened. And but we will not dump very big. We will actually have some sort of bounces there and recovery, and altogether like the whole day will be pretty, let's say, pretty much neutral, right? So this is what has been going on, exactly, like literally on point. It's funny you can derivate future basing yourself on two famous inverse indicators, in this case, Jim Cramer and Robert Kiyosaki. Very, very funny. But yeah, this is literally what is playing out in front of our eyes. As you see, we just go sideways, right? I mean, it's difficult to call it any other way if you account for this. I mean, if you take this into account, it's literally like we are moving in one range here, up and down, and nothing much out of out of these boundaries here. Not much else, right? But of course, the crypto market had to suffer with the sell-off. So again, we are having this worst type of correlation in which whenever the TradFi market dumps, we dump like twice as much, and whenever this one recovers or rallies, we do nothing, right? That's super annoying. That's really, really annoying. It takes place, but yeah, what can you do, right? Cannot really do much about it. It is what it is. The good news is that at some point, we just reach oversold levels, and there won't be any weak hands in this market anymore. So a selling pressure nowhere to be found, meaning that the only way will be up, right? Now, mostly it's still inspired with derivatives exchanges. So, there is still liquidity on derivatives exchanges, as you see here. $312 million liquidated on derivatives on futures market for last 24 hours. And let me remind you once more, stay away from futures exchanges, because that's how you will continue to end up. Ethereum almost $300 million liquidated. So very, very, very hefty liquidations. Let's take a look at liquidation heat map. So I don't know if you remember, but on the last live stream on 24 hours, we had quite a lot of liquidity beneath as above. On the weekly, it looked much more positive, like we should bounce. But on 24 hours, it was pretty even. So maybe after all, we should rely on 24 hours window here instead on the weekly, because on the weekly, as you see, here this picture has not changed much. Like this is what we literally had. So as you see, there was much less liquidity here than we have here. Okay, so we'll see how it's going to proceed. Are we going to go back up until that 112, 113? I mean, the way it looks here kinda indicates it, but we'll see when it happens, right? So far, it could be also spoofing, right? It could be spoofing. That's a maneuver that is used by market makers oftentimes here, and that's why I always warn you that you should not be relying on what is shown here, like it's an oracle, like it's 100% certain. Let me quickly see how this live stream is going. Yeah, actually the vertical one is doing very well. The problems are with the horizontal one for whatever reason. So maybe it's a Rumble's problem, I suppose. Guys, if you have any questions, of course, ask me in the live chat. That's always an option. That's why I prefer to live stream rather than upload the static content, so there is a chance for interaction. I think that's literally much more interesting than just recording a material and uploading it. So yeah. So what should we expect from the market? What should happen now? I will see. Seems like a lot will depend on TradFi. Generally speaking, fundamentally speaking, this month should be good. Maybe it's necessary to scare away the retail before we start rallying. I mean, even more because we already have scared it quite a lot, and we must to scare it even more. Like at the beginning of November, give them a very strong beginning to, let's say, completely kill any expectations of November being good, because October is the most bullish month for crypto, statistically speaking, and it was bad. So the all hope was in November, let's say. So we already started bad, and maybe that will finally shake out those that are fearful and belong to weak hands category, right? And we finally get rid of all weak hands. Now since we dipped into this zone of support here in between 195 and 150, 145/150, you should expect strong bounce at any given moment, right? Because this is literally what has been happening historically here. Whenever we managed to dip this low, we had that aggressive bounces pretty frequently. So yeah. I still believe that November is going to be a good month, personally, even though as of now it does not look like it. But I think we'll get there. I mean, definitely the worse it is, the closer we are to the bottom, right? The lower we are, the closer we are to the bottom. The bottom must be somewhere there. So while we are going lower, we are approaching it. That's, I think, one fundamental truth that we should all agree upon. So yeah, let's see how the rest of this week's gonna look like. It can be very, very surprising. Can be much, much better. Remember, I told you that we are up for a secondary dip after the Friday 10th. This one is definitely the deepest move since that time here. So maybe this is it. Maybe we finally got that secondary dip. Because you never know it in the plain sight. You always know it after it has already played out and the takeoff took place. So it fits the description. Let's say it says the description. So we'll see. Probably later this week we're gonna know. Are we going lower? Because since we are still resting in the upper section of this support zone, I must remain bullish. If we go down here and we are bouncing off this zone, right? We are struggling to get back into it or dominate it and get back above it. I cannot, be bearish when we are on the right side of defense. If we get to the wrong side of defense, then you'll definitely hear me switching narratives, right? But that's not now. That's not now, and I don't think that's going to happen. And I know it's very annoying and difficult to be experiencing what the crypto market is doing now is very super annoying. I admit it, but that's its function. That's its function. Its function is to shake out as many people as possible before it starts railing, because bull has to be ridden. Remember that sentence. That's one of the most you know real truths about trading you can hear. Oh yeah, my ICP trade is still in place. Let me take a look at it. It's even recovering after this initial reduction. Let's see, it's doing quite well. It's doing quite well. Maybe it's going to go for its all-time high. By the way, I'm not talking about ICP going for all-time high. I'm talking about this trade going for its all-time high, because so far at highest point it was here. So that was its all-time highs. So maybe we are going to ascend higher. That's if the selling pressure already dissipates and we are done correcting, then yeah, probably within the next few hours that will happen. So it's in plus 21.74% as of now. Yeah, not that bad. Trump coin is also doing quite well, and I have a trade in it. It's plus almost 23%. So it's trying to hold its ground here around 740, as you see. So if I'm right, it's going to go much higher than this. But yeah, but still, I think the best trade you can find on the whole of internet is Hitech, which is my meme coin, because the market, the size of its market is very, very small. I just started to, as you probably already know, I started to airdrop small amounts here and there, so that's why holders amount has increased. The number of holders has increased to 78, but before I started it was 63, right? So without counting airdroppers, let's say 63 real holders, those that invested in this market. So that's like ridiculous size. Even with 78, and I'm doing airdrops. It's a ridiculously small amount of people, right? So this is how you know it's so early for this market. Link in the description section of this live stream to its liquidity pool. There you can find it, or tutorial, depending on which version of this live stream you're watching. If you're watching a vertical version, then I think you will find a tutorial to it. And if you're watching horizontal one, then you will find a link to liquidity pool on Raydium. So yeah, 7 frames per second. Here, this is something weird. Rumble is having, now it's 12. Rumble has some problems there, apparently. But yeah, the most watched one is still vertical. The live stream in vertical version. So should I create a poll? Okay, let me create a poll. Are we going below 100k shortly? 100k BTC. Okay, let's see. Start poll. Let's see if anybody responds here. If you want me to be honest, do you have any chances to go below 100k? Yeah, of course, because we are already. I mean, we are close for the volatility this market has. We are close, like to make minus 10%. that's nothing really. You can easily easily have a short trip there and then come back up. So I rather say that's not impossible. And I don't know, 50-50. It all depends. It all depends. Are we done with this selling pressure or not? I've seen on my last live stream that I think Canbiro said that mining supply right now is greater than institutional demand, right? So after whole month of October, when Bitcoin was experiencing $1 billion of selling pressure every single day for the whole of October, now looks like Bitcoin market could be saturated, at least for some time, at least until Michael Saylor finds some more, let's say, investors into this market. But yeah, but it's around. To stay more or less at these prices, even if miners throw all of their Bitcoin in here, that probably will cost around $1 billion a month, which completely fades in comparison of what October has demonstrated, $30 billion per month, so $1 billion per day. So apparently, global finance is capable of delivery of that kind of a vacuum cleaner. So not that bad at all. And remember that miners, they do not have to sell, right? They do not have to sell. They also, learn the game. They wait for the right time when they allow, let's say, customers to scoop up larger amounts. And at least theoretically, those that are fully loaded now, like for example, the strategy of Michael Saylor, those guys highly likely they will not be selling anytime soon. So that's why I don't think we should be fearing that situation too much. It still has a potential to give us a little bit more of negative volatility, of course, but I don't think that's a threat, really. I think once things calm down and let's say certain procedures take place, Americans start to inject more liquidity into their economy, everything will be back to normal as of November, right? So we'll get a regular bullish November. That's what I'm predicting. By the way, can I vote here? I can. Okay, so I will vote no. No, I cannot vote here. So creator cannot vote here. Apparently only viewers can vote in the poll. So hey guys, cast your vote. Cast your vote then. So as you see, I had my exit here, and we dipped well below the exit. So that means after all, there was some selling pressure. That's this was a very ugly trade, but yeah, from time to time you get those when you trade with the use of algorithms. What counts is what was the average win against an average loss. But yeah, here more or less the same, right? So there was exit, and yeah, there was this hoop here, but after all, the price still attempted to go lower. So and we are still in this sell signal here. We still have not got out of it, right? Of that selling pressure, of that let's say price suppression, of those conditions that mandated this signal to get fully confirmed, to collect all of the confirmations. So yeah. Even if we dip below 100K, I don't think it's going to be unfolding into something big. Probably not. But some of you can get an impression that since I try to make predictions short term here, and I oftentimes get things wrong, it's not worth of listening to me. It's not worth to listen to me. Well, that's not entirely correct, because in the big picture I've been very, very right, and in the small picture, from time to time I remind you this is very, very random. This thing has a very wide range of price action noise, so you should not be, scared. Should not be getting scared of plus minus even 10% at times, right? Because overall, it's still in this place here, it still has the capability of maintaining its structure, maintaining its uptrend, even with a deviation that big. So that's why I keep explaining you guys. Number one thing you must learn here is how to separate noise from what the market really wants to do, and what are the, let's say, what are the environmental conditions here. And now, all of it is measured against US dollar, melting like an ice cube. QE has already started, as a matter of a fact. And TradFi is switching over to blockchain, which will completely crash all of the barriers in between, let's say, average Joe's pocket and the altcoin market, and whatever is on blockchain and you can speculate on it, or you can bet on. So I keep telling you every single last time, I have a very bad time believing that it's all over and you should sell everything and go home. It makes no sense. It makes literally no sense. And on top of that, Bitcoin on its own, it keeps doing what it has been doing, right? So here we have this descending channel or wedge, call it as you want. Here the same, here pretty much the same. Here it was the same, slightly different angle, but the same. Even here we can argue it was the same. So even here to a certain extent, yeah, we can also, this one was an ugly one. Again, I'm lacking precision here. Maybe less. Here maybe less. Unless maybe we move this line here. More or less like this, yeah. It feels better. Because here it gives resistance to the tops, and here it works as a support here, so that works much better. So yeah, so far not much has changed, right? I mean, Bitcoin literally keeps repeating the same and same over again. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, okay? If you have not subscribed, that's a no. You watch, you must subscribe, guys. You must subscribe, and then go over to my X and give me a follow, because I give airdrops, right? If you are subscribed to this channel, you add high-tech ticker to your profile. You post your CA in the post about the live stream, you will be eligible to receive airdrop, right? So like this one, Melissa, right? She has high-tech ticker in her nickname. She's already a YouTuber subscriber. Maybe a YouTuber, I don't know. And she posted her CA here, and she reported, right? Because I also require a repost. So those are the few small conditions to be eligible for airdrop, and I will look into her crypto address and see if this is not a bot or this is not a airdrop hunter, let's say. And if she's not, then I'll definitely send her something small. Unless I already sent her. If I already sent her, then she'll have to wait for the next round because yeah, I don't want to keep sending to the same people. But yeah, but I will definitely at some point I will be resending to the loyal ones, let's say, the most loyal ones, no doubt about it. So that's why it's worth to stay around, right? It's definitely worth to stay around. I will continue, to do that. Already you can treat it as something that a practice that is permanently attached to this YouTube channel. So that's why it's kind of cool, kind of cool. And then we all have incentive to let's say promote this market, to let it grow. I'm talking about high tech market, right? Let it grow, let it expand, let it be known, right? Because the first condition for growth is people must know about it. So like repost whatever I write, on my X profile, repost it. Whatever I mentioned about high tech, and we'll get it. We'll get there, right? We'll get there sooner or later. Say, like for example, here I posted, what coin is not dumping today, and that's high tech. Yeah, high tech of course did not react completely because it doesn't have a futures market. Those that let's say go hand in hand with what market does, usually it happens because they have their respective futures market. High tech does not have its futures market, so that's a completely different space because of it. So yeah, not allow me to actually erase it like this to be faster. Yeah. What else can we discuss here? Maybe let's go over to my timeline and let's quickly review what are the moods now. Probably not better, not anyhow better. But before we do that, allow me to quickly review what S&P is doing, S&P 500. Okay, it's trying to recover. That's cool. I'm guessing it's going to close more or less like this. And then probably tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, to do something that's slightly more positive, and hopefully crypto market, get influenced by it finally. Because I mean, what we've got today was a slap on face, slap in the face, and with a wet hand. Unfortunately, I don't know if you ever got slapped with a wet hand. Is much more annoying than just to get slapped like that. If you want to annoy someone with a slap, face slap, then wet your hand before you do that. Trust me, it's gonna work. It's going to make, I don't know, 3 times or 4 times as much damage as normally. Crypto is free falling, says Shibo. This is the 2025 Black Swan event we all knew was coming. You know who to blame. GG. But we already had a Black Swan event. That was -10, -7, yeah. And just like you can see it here on Crypto Bubbles, it's quite across the board. But here, for example, DCR has +38, is in +38. Allow me to drag it over to the middle of the screen so the guys on vertical version of the slide stream can see it. Here it is. It took me a while. It was literally a labor. But do we have any equivalent, let's say, on the red side? Yeah, a kite actually, -36. Okay, I was just about to tell you that. Yeah, the majority is red, but we don't have equivalent of this one. But that's wrong because kite is actually shining right here, right in front of me. But it has the same color as the rest, so that's why it's not as easy to distinct. Yeah, so it's not looking good, and KDA fell even lower. KDA is still listed on Binance. I think they are about to delist it, but it's still there. They already announced they're going to delist it. But this coin, oh my god, this one is beaten up badly. This one suffered. And that's why I think it's a good material. It's a good material to throw at it something. Because it highly likely will not go to zero. At some point it will have a rebound. Some I don't know, some type of recovery. And only from here, if it goes back up to where it was before Friday the 10th, yeah, that will be 9x, right? So that's a lot. That's a lot. So all you have to do, all you had to do, is to skip all of this move here. That's what my algorithm did. If I switch over to, at least majority of this move, I think, I'm guessing, yeah. Where was it? Ah, it was here. Yeah, here, and then all of it. It ate a little bit from this fall here, and then all of it skipped, right? So yeah, all you have to do is just to skip the free fall, then wait for it to calm down, cool off, find a solid concrete ground, concrete floor, and then get yourself a little bit of it. Not much, you know. In the case of opportunities like this one, or let's say opportunity, maybe we don't know if this is opportunity because it turned out to be an endless hole too. That's a bad word. But the trades like this, right? Chances like this one, yeah, you must be careful. You definitely don't go all in. You never go all in on anything. You always, you always must take into account that something can go wrong. That maybe you don't know about something. Maybe something unpredictable will happen, and that is why never go all in. Always bet small, but always choose those bets that give you amazing win-lose ratio, right? And here win-lose ratio is abysmal because, like I said, just to come back where it was before it all started, that's 9x. So that's like, let's say 1 to 9. You can bet it's 1 to 9 win-lose ratio, which is remarkably good. Like my algorithm does around 6 to 1, and it cannot lose with 6 to 1. With 3 to 1, it's actually good enough, to be honest. And 6 to 1 is literally mathematically, in 1000 trades, impossible to lose. So here you have 9 to 1, hypothetically, right? So it's a very, very, very good, very handsome win-lose ratio. So yeah, guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about that part. And go over to my X. Follow me on my X profile, just so you can receive the airdrop from time to time of Hightech and become a hodler, right? Join the circle. But let me tell you, I'm crazy mad. I'm always crazy mad when I drop someone a small airdrop and they go immediately and sell it, because first of all, that's very little money. It's like equivalent of 50 cents, 60 cents maybe. So that's symbolic. That's literally symbolic. And some guys, they literally went immediately and they sold it. Like, what the hell? Like, where do you live? 60 cents makes a difference. Like this guy here, okay. This one, he probably tricked me into sending him multiple times because it was $1.78. So probably he had few fake accounts. But this one, yeah, he received one and immediately sold it. Another one received one transfer, immediately sold it. This one probably, again, tricked me. It was some sort of, let's say, airdrop hunter. So he tricked me, and I sent him twice. That's why I decided I have to be checking, the addresses where I send it, because yeah, I want to create hodlers. I want to create people that are engaged into this project, not people that just want a quick money and then just run away, because that does not build a community, that does not bring anybody any value, right? So that's why, yeah, I will if you are here, on my X profile and posting your CA, I'll definitely look you up, what you do and so on. Of course, I will not be spending hours on it. I'll just take a brief look and then decide if I'm sending it to you or not. So you better be clean, eh? Okay, let's take a look what was going on here. That's Elon Musk. I don't think he has anything to tell us about current crypto market situation. That guy, he doesn't care at all. Doesn't care at all. Anybody has voted here? Ah, okay, one person voted no. Okay, are we going below 100k BTC royalty? One person voted no. Okay, that's cool. That's always cool when somebody is engaging into the, let's say, the fun I propose here. Crypto gurus, why has the crypto market been underperforming so much this year? It's not only this year; it has been performing this cycle. It actually has not got into its bull market yet. Vast majority of altcoins are literally seeing their all-time lows after all-time lows. Like every quarter, 70% of the market every quarter discovers new all-time low. That has been the regular thing of this cycle. Per market cap, your favorite intern, myself. I'm kind of everything. I'm CEO. I'm intern. I'm I don't know, customer support, everything. Brace yourself for the comments. What's the biggest lie in modern history? Oh, there's many. Fiat money, 2019, C19, if you know what I mean. Adam Back. Ah, okay, Adam Back. Let's keep it. Adam Back says same thing over and over again. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course, because once in a while I see there is some people visiting and they ignore me here. They ignore the channel. That's not very well educated. And here Rumble, I see it keeps to struggle, and I have 1% packet loss, which is very weird because I'm on an optic fiber, so I should never have any packet loss. Bitcoin Magazine, Fidelity Crypto now allows customers to send Bitcoin off the platform to their own wallets, but that was yesterday. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool that finally they enabled it, right? Kraken now allows crypto collateral for derivatives trading across the EU, expanding access for institutional and retail traders. Yeah, as for derivatives, I read it, derivatives, sorry. English is my second language. Once in a while, I will say something weird. Breaking. Nancy Pelosi announces she will not run for re-election in 2026. Okay. She is so old. I think and she made so much money from inside trading. She's got enough. Yeah. This Tom Lee. I commented a funny post about Tom Lee, which was here. Breaking. Rumor has it Tom Lee says behind closed doors that he's so damn sick of it, he's up to here with Ethereum, and every single day he has to fight himself not to sell it all off, grab high-tech and get off to Guadalajara. And look at his face here. This guy, he looks tired. He looks wasted here. He doesn't want to do it anymore. This is a joke. If you have not realized it, this is a joke, right? after all, high tech is a meme coin. So yeah, it's all about humor. And this one, Breaking. Rumor has it Michael Saylor is seriously thinking about dumping his BTC for high tech, confirmed by highly unreliable sources. So it UN is written with with lowercase, reliable is written with uppercase, so you can kinda miss it. That's on purpose, of course. Highly unreliable sources. Some people are so wasted mentally nowadays. They will literally, I don't know, read it, say out loud, and they'll still think it's real. But like I said, it's just making jokes, right? Okay, let's go back to my timeline. Let's see quickly if there is anything worth our interest. Bitcoin may rebound after October dip. That's for what Coin Bureau is saying. After a 4.5% drop in October, breaking a 6-year winning streak, LMAX strategist Joel Kreger says it's likely a pause, not a reversal. Yeah, I don't believe. I don't believe this is the end, as I have demonstrated on Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin keeps doing same and same over again. So you just have to zoom out. It has not broken up with the uptrend yet. It can do it any given minute, but it has not happened as of yet, of course. So yeah, you will be financially free before 2026. Naive. You mean like you will be so broke, money will be none of your concern anymore because you get nothing and be happy. Something among those lines. You'll have nothing and be happy. That's what European Union was promoting just recently. I think people are stupid. I mean, they are right. Majority of population, unfortunately, is definitely way too complacent. But yeah, what are you gonna do with it? You just have to count on your own, on yourself. Crypto goes, Bitcoin will pump back up, altcoins will bounce. What are we buying on this dip? Yeah, crypto goes is not losing the attitude. The real recovery from FTX could be as low as 9%. What the hell are they talking about? FTX creditors' real crypto recovery could be as low. Okay. So the money recovered from FTX, that's just 9%. So imagine you had 100K, 100,000 US dollars on FTX, and in return you'll get just 9K. That's a bad business. But that's definitely recoverable. I even go as far as to tell you, in my mind, that's 100% recoverable. If that is thrown at high tech, at some point that 10x has to happen here. Absolutely has to happen. I mean, in my opinion, like we are going to see 50x from here, easy. So that's why whenever I saw those guys were dumping their airdrop, I was like, I wasn't looking at it as, I don't know, one buck, 50 cents, or almost $2. Me, I'm looking at it at its value. I know where it gets. I mean, at its value that is going to get. Sorry for stuttering. So I was looking at it like, as I don't know, here, I don't know, $100, $50, $50. I don't know, it's 100, let's say 120, something like that, right? I was like, those guys, my God, they literally they're selling their I don't know, food stamp in the near future. That will give them really, really decent money. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Some people just they don't have that ability of long-term thinking, and that's it. So yeah. Okay, guys, allow me to wrap it up because as you see, I started to stutter, so apparently I'm a little bit more than usually. So, apparently, I'm a little bit tired, and I still have one more live stream to make today on my Polish YouTube channel, which is like 10 times bigger than this one. This one is actually very small, and there I have much more activity, right? Yeah, nearly zero yet, but that is going to change, probably with the help of those airdrops. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and go over to my X account because there I manage the airdrops. And yeah, stick around. I think it's gonna be worth it. So see you soon. Cheers.